Yes, welcome to All In Week 2. Here we are in the middle of winter, but gee, it feels like spring. Lewis Willoughby, welcome from Sky Racing. What a weekend of racing it was.
Yeah, it was. Hello, guys, for week 2. It was great. Group 1 racing back, which was good. How impressive Via Sistina, first up at such an unsuitable distance. Managed to get the victory and some really good efforts in behind it as well. So it's going to be a great spring if that's anything to go by. The other feature races, the Group 2s and 3s on the card as well, were great. And, well, we've just got to try and find the winner of our first Group 1 because we didn't get that one. But we get another chance this Saturday with the Memsie in Victoria. So there's still chances. Punters, don't drop off us yet.
Yeah, a few apologies, a few air balls. Obviously, you didn't get the memo about the white shirt. Speaking of going a normal and moving into the spring, Dean Watling, you have any cans? It'd be about 38 degrees up there.
Yeah, sunny shining, but back to normal last week. Completely wallowed off the back, episode 1, boys. So
And
Joliestar thought was going
well.
exactly. Joliestar thought was going one place, went the other, but she was still impressive. Good weekend to kick off. A lot of slow tempos, which maybe looked like a lot of horses were really good late, but that's probably a good kick-off point for a lot of them. It was exciting. We got to see the 3-year-old girls for the first time too. So keen to get into a big weekend coming up as always, Gannon.
Yeah, good point you make. Just on review of that meeting, there are plenty of slow tempos, especially in those big races. And I think I spoke to a couple of people that were out in the track, and I thought maybe it was a bit of wind, a tiny bit of wind, but more importantly, it was just the way that the tracks are playing. And the tracks have been playing very much run on of late, which is interesting. It's not something that we see too much of. But I know our man Adrian Bott, he'll be looking forward to a bit of a on pace sort of setup coming up soon, no doubt. And it'll be interesting to see what we get served up this week. Dino, obviously going back to Rosehill, rails out 2 meters, most likely going to be a good track. The weather here in Sydney is very, very good. Hey, Joliestar was super. Clearly the best performance of the weekend for mine.
I guess the positives of that are that she can see out a strong 1,200 metres, run at a fast tempo. And off that return, which, as you guys have already outlined, was just super. That wouldn't surprise me at all. But I'm with you, Gannon. The price, maybe, who knows?
Yeah, we'll probably get the same price come Everest Day anyway now. So we've missed the boat. Dino, your thoughts on Joliestar?
Yes, it's terrific. What fascinates me is what they do with her now. Obviously, she's a 4-year-old, so you can aim up at a Golden Eagle. You can aim up at, I'm trying to think of the new race's name that's 2 weeks after the Everest, an invitation. You've got plenty of options. Everest obviously won. What they do now, and she's obviously 1,000 guineas winner over 1,600 metres as a 3-year-old last spring. So not sure what they do with her, but she was breathtaking, and you don't often see J-Mac looking left and looking right at the 200 like that. So, it's exciting. In a year that we probably lost a lot of sprinters to start in retirement, we probably need a couple of nice types coming up to fill those ranks.
Horses to follow. I'll just give you one. Let's just keep it to one each. I'm going to go race 6. Silmarillion was a horse that was on speed. Very, very hard to do and stuck on really, really well. Amina got the job done. Full credit to you lads that found Amina in the all-in setup there. Dino, you got a horse to follow for us out of Randwick?
Elias, the stayer, Elias for Woodhouse and Bott. I think the only time you beat the camp with their stays is fresh. Good luck beating it for the rest of preparation with a run under its belt. And the figures and time they hit ran was super loose. So that's the one that probably want to take out of the meeting.
I'll go Riff Rocket from that Group 1. That was a very interesting run, I'll say, just to keep myself on the safe side of things. But if it was fully tested through the line, I'm not here. That was interesting, but it's clearly going well, this prep. So I'd be following Riff Rocket. Maybe if it somehow sneaks under the guard of the blokes and guys and girls sitting in the tab office, we might get a bit of a price somewhere.
Love that. Absolutely love that. Kingston Town Metropolitan for Elias is the plan there, Dino. So something for the
probably.
Listeners, you better.
Riff Rocket?
No idea.
Any idea?
Oh, yeah, I do. Actually, I do. Riff Rocket. Mackay Turnbull Cox.
Yeah, that's what I heard Mackay next too. I'm just trying to figure out if that's real.
I think it's real. Let's go down. Let's go down south to Mexico. The Memsie Stakes, Group 1, 1,400 metres. Louis tells me it's at Caulfield. Pride of Jenni, $2. Mr. Brightside, odds courtesy of Tab, of course. Make sure you do gamble responsibly. Antino, $6. Gentleman Roy, $8. Pinstripes, $11. I don't think we need to go much further than that. Lewis Willoughby, the Memsie Stakes of 2024.
So Mr. Brightside won it last year, coming off a win in the PB Lawrence. Snap Dancer was first up, so was Blackheart Bark back in 2016. Otherwise, they've all been second up after 2016, and then obviously apart from Snap Dancer, as I mentioned. So it's not a real pattern in this. I don't think you need to be fresh. I don't think you need to be second up. It just depends on how your preparation's going. Pride of Jenni's very short, isn't she? But, they say that maybe advantage lies with Mr. Brightside first up over 1,400 metres. Mr. Brightside beat Pride of Jenni in the autumn. That's how, because Mr. Brightside's done it before and proven to be able to do it over 1,400 metres, but then not later in the preparation.
Gotcha.
What I will say, though, is that I think Pride of Jenni's going huge this prep, and that's not to say Mr. Brightside isn't, but is probably, I would have liked to have seen Mr. Brightside maybe come here with a run under the belt to try and beat Pride of Jenni fresh at 1,400 metres. So I think this time around, Pride of Jenni can beat Mr. B over the shorter distance. I can't be with Antino, albeit its jump out was really good alongside Pride of Jenni. I just think is a handicap Group 1 horse when it gets a weight advantage, not in this. And if you wanted to follow one out of the PB Lawrence, maybe Aegon, but I can't see it beating Pride of Jenni if that's how we're going to try and play the game. So in all of this, I try and work out what to do, and I just kept coming back to Pride of Jenni.
Dino?
Yeah, I think you make a good point. I think barrier is going to be probably key to this. I think Mr. Brightside memory serves me right. He probably had to overcome a wide gate last year. Doubt you want to be doing that against the likes of Pride of Jenni, who probably doesn't matter where she draws, she just rolls to the top. The point I want to make, no bet race for me. I think Pride of Jenni wins, but she's had 3 jump outs, and if there's any stable in the country to get a horse ready to go fresh 1,400 metres with her pattern, it's Ma. With his data team, they would have her spot on. They know exactly all of her tracking system set up to know that she's probably going to be here good enough to win this race. So I think she wins the race. Mr. Brightside's so hard. His trials are never good. It's just always a hard guy to see if he's come back better or not. I think race day tells us, but Pride of Jenni for me, bomb-proof.
Yeah, it's hard to see anything outside of those two winning because they've just got different racing patterns. So even no matter what happens, even with the track, leaders on pace, Pride of Jenni, you won't catch it. And if it's suiting sort of just midfield or even closer, Mr. Brightside's the class horse in the race. How do you bet? I don't think you do. And away you go. Or, you know what? One's $2, one's $3. If you're that desperate for a play, you could stake it to a point where you make a profit. But easier ways to make money, Dino. However, some people are that way inclined. So Pride of Jenni on top. I think she's in for a big preparation. If I had to, gun to the head, had to choose one, it would be Pride of Jenni. Hey, you keen on one here in the Cockram Stakes, Louis?
Yeah, well, if obviously it's a big if they line up. But I was just looking through the market. Can you do a quick market for me, Gannon, just while I get these notes up?
Absolutely. Skyboard 450, been 6 into 450. Quintessa $6. Expressiveness 11s into 7s, extra 2 was pretty impressive on Saturday at the Valley. $8. Chain of Lightning 11. Miss Aria 11. Caste 15. Comrada Rosa 15. Dashing Legend 15, and there is $15 available for plenty more runners.
Yeah. So when I was looking at this market, I thought, okay, Skybird first up. It's had 2 jump outs. It's talented and should be in this. But I started seeing names like Quintessa at $6, and I went, man, what distance is this race? It's a 1,200 metre race. How is Quintessa a $6 second elect in this compared to horses like Extra 2 and Chain of Lightning? Does Quintessa not want 2,000 metres, or am I? If I've lost my mind, please stop me and just say shut up. But I don't think it can be $6 against horses who are genuine sprinters. The two I'm backing, extra two at $8, who, as you mentioned, Gannon, was super at the Valley and should have won by panels more if it hadn't been last on the fence. So if you're looking at horses around it going, well, it's not Cockram level, don't worry about that because the margin should have been 100, not 1. And Chain of Lightning, I know it's in the Heath as well over 1100, but wherever they go, it's had the one jump out and looked super. It's going to be in the new colours since it's changed ownership or been purchased. And it's a genuine horse over a 12 to 1400 metre distance. Expressiveness, I thought, had every chance to win first up. I think it was in a Regal Roller and didn't. And then Miss Aria coming off a Queensland campaign. I don't think he's as good as a horse like Chain of Lightning, so I'm not sure how they're equal in the market. So that was an easy 2-bet play for me in the Cockram. Extra 2 if it backs up 7 days and Chain of Lightning if it's here.
Love that. Dino, any opinion?
No real opinion. I think Louis makes a really good case, though. I would. I'm keen to see this race final fields because I think a lot of the stables might be thinking the exact same as you, Lou. The more you look at it, why go the hard option when you can maybe go the easy option to this race? So, good race to bet into if you can pen half the market. Just figuring out who's going to come here if they change their minds. The hard part for me, Gannon.
Righto. Well, wait and see for the punters. Come Wednesday afternoon, we'll have a better idea of what's going on. Hey, let's go to Sydney. Rosehill, rails out too. Very, very good weather here today. Dino, you're still in Queensland, but it's very good day, about 26 degrees, I reckon, Louis. And that track will currently a good 4. I suspect that this is probably the first time this season, call it, or winter, or since autumn, that they'd have to put a bit of irrigation on. So that'll have to happen at some stage this week. So I'm interested to see how much and whether they get that right. But I would suspect Rosehill, 2 metres dry deck. It's going to be a fast racing surface. This is a cracking race. San Domenico Stakes. Gatsby's $2.80. Stormboy $3. Switzerland $4. Node 11, Mayfair 11, Marshall Wood 15, Shangri-La Express, probably the horse that was against the bias last time, 15, Astapor 26, another horse that had that similar sort of bias go, and longer the rest, Louis.
This is a San Domenico, yeah? Yeah, it is.
Correct.
Yeah, correct. Okay, good. Sorry. Gatsby's is
Welcome back.
The best.
Good to have you back.
Yeah, well, hang on. So Dino went for a walk, so I also just tuned out for a second. I thought we might have been on pause or something.
Sorry, I didn't plug my laptop in.
He's on Cairns time. He's just doing his best.
And I wish I was on Cairns time. Yeah, Gatsby's. Super impressive win first up. That was in the road. And just has clearly come back, an impressive animal. 1100 sticking to that, no worries. So then key market rival Stormboy, I've made it very clear in the past to you guys and viewers that I'm no trial guy. But if I had to make a comment on Stormboy's trials, it would be question mark. However, his first up runs previously are equal to Gatsby's wins. So if Stormboy was able to repeat previous fresh efforts as a 2-year-old, that's an equal rating. Switzerland is looking good, I thought, at the trials. Is just yet to rate to that level. Not far off, but yet to get there. So can you price it up on what you think it could do rather than what it has shown to be doing? And if you had to have an each-way play, which I'm not, against, I like trying to find something to price in these markets. Horse called Perspiration, who is coming to this first up off one trial, I think was at Wyong, just held together, not asked for anything at all. Its Mornington Size win last preparation in Victoria was really good, as was its run prior to that at Caulfield. I think it finished second, also good. And it's a big price. So I'd have an each-way play on it, but to put a bit of a spoiler on, Gatsby's is best all-in play of the weekend.
Love that. What do you got for us, Dino? Gatsby's fan, are you going to come up with Stormboy or Switzerland?
Yeah, fascinating. What does J-Mac do here? Probably Switzerland, Coolmore owned. He rode Gatsby's last start. Obviously, he's off Stormboy, looking at the latest trial where Adam Hieronymus jumped on. So that's what intrigues me. I would love to have a 2-bet play in this. Gatsby's is the bet in the race, and so is Mayfair. Mayfair's got
Yep, I think if you're a Stormboy fan, I think you want to wait till later in the preparation and hope that he just continues to get better over the mile. I do share the sentiment that I don't think that this is the right setup to see the best version of him. I actually think he's a bit of a control freak. I think he wants to sit outside leader or lead, and I think it could be a little bit one-dimensional in that way. However, he could be a very, very, very good one-dimensional horse, and we just probably didn't get to see it in the slipper. He could come out and surprise us again. So not convinced, not sold yet, but I think he will. Gatsby's what I would be a little bit concerned second up, that horse, just profile, stable, huge, levels out, huge, third up. Can be wrong, but at $2.80, I'm willing to risk. And Switzerland's a horse I think has got the brightest future out of all of these horses. I think he's just going to be enormous, his preparation. I can't wait to see how he comes back, bigger, better, stronger. Node's my play, though. $11 by 3. We're just going to play a Node like a 1x4 basis. I think he's just a dry tracker. He finally gets to a hard and fast dry track, and I think he'll be out in front. I think this is a good setup for him, and I think this will be like the one where he's ready to go. I don't know how many big runs he'll have in his preparation, but I think this first up might be his time to peak. So there we go.
Again, it's probably just quickly with a note. It's probably it's looking for further at its absolute peak than this San Domenico, is it not? If the answer is yes, then a fast up on speed run for it. You know, it's not probably going to get as tired as others may do in that situation, which I think would help it.
Yeah, I'm not sold on what its actual distance is. Like, I got it penned as 1,200 meters sprinter. So, but look, what we do know, Louis, that stable, they'll be 80. What do you reckon, Dino? You had him on the other day, Adrian. What percentage? Like, they got out to 1,600 meters last preparation. I'm not sure if that's his go. But Dino, like Adrian was suggesting, like 85, 90% screwed down all these horses first up.
Yeah, 100%. And especially when they're probably not their top liners, I think they've got to be pretty ready to go for these races as well.
So no matter which way we sort of cut it up, I think $11 is a reasonable gamble, given sort of where we sit with these horses, given that most of them will have bigger targets. And I just a gut feel, I think this is the race we want to back a Note in, because I can't see him being super competitive as they go through the preparation. Righto, lads, let's have a look at the up-and-coming stakes. Autumn Glow, your $1.85 favourite, courtesy of Tab Axios, $4 Wanneroo, $8.50 Shangri-La Express. We talked about that horse earlier, $12. Alenia 16s. Autumn Glow was ultra impressive, Dino. Last time we saw her go around, that was on debut. Do we expect to see her to reach a new level, or do you expect it to see her to flatten out? And would you take $1.85?
Would not take that price, just knowing Waller. I think she's got plenty of options too. I'd like to see in the final fields. I'd love to see her in this race, but she's got a lot of options. I think they sort of touted the Princess Series. You got the T-Rose, 1,400 metres next, so that probably makes sense. 12, 13, 14, and 16 or Flight Stakes. She was ultra impressive. I doubt she can probably replicate this second up, what she did fresh, especially being such a young horse. And especially that stable we touch on all the time. They often flatten out second up and have that peak third up. Does she need to reproduce what she did fresh to win this? No, this is probably a little bit down on the last couple of years, up-and-coming stakes, in my opinion. So I think she probably wins the race. Is there a betting it? No. I'm going to take $1.85? No. So probably not much help here, Lou, from me.
No, I completely agree with everything you say. She doesn't even need to go as well as she did first up to win. But if you were genuinely pricing it up, I don't know if... Well, you might get close to $1.85, but then to take that at an all-in market at this stage is not a betting proposition. If you made me have a few plays on a Monday in this race, I'd back 3 horses at $16. Enriched, who was good winning last start and probably could have won by a further with even luck. It was just caught behind the leaders on the fence there and had to wait a little bit to get out. I think Snack Bar, its latest trial for Godolphin, the grey, its work was best past the post. I think the work past the line was super impressive, and it's a good enough horse to rate somewhere up the top here. And this could be the craziest thing I've ever said, but a horse coming off a Pakenham synthetic win is a genuine chance of going close in that, and that's CC Milano, who I saw in these noms and went, surely not, but then I went and had a look where else it's nommed. It's nommed at Pakenham on Friday night, but then nowhere in Melbourne on Saturday. So the only Saturday race it's nommed for is this, and if they come, the 2 wins it's had, 2 starts, 2 wins, and they've been really good. And it's just more of a price thing. Is CC Milano as good as Autumn Glow? Well, I don't think so. But at $16 with snack bar and enriched, I think they could be not bad price plays, you know.
Enriched has an abundance of upside. Hopefully, a few of the listeners jumped on. I tipped it on as our midweek on the. Anything else, lads, you want to cover? I know McNeil Stakes with Dino, you might have had an opinion of a horse down there.
Yep. Oh, I really want to bet into this race. Growing Empire, yes, it's favourite. The price is around $2.80. Stay Focus, second favourite, $3. I'm concerned where that Stay Focus is at. They scratched out and changed their mind off a flat recent jump out. First jump out was fine, but Growing Empire, I think Mark Starr came out and said that this is the most intriguing or horse he's most looking forward to riding in the Spring Carnival. So 2 trials, latest we had the blinkers on, 2 wins last time in were terrific. I think he's a Coolmore horse. You can probably back him in the Coolmore. If he wins Saturday, he's going to shorten, and I think he'll win. So, yep, Growing Empire and the McNeil Stakes for me, Gannon.
Louis, any opinion of the McNeil?
No, I was about to say that, if Mark Zara is saying some horse he's riding is his most exciting in the spring, this is a guy who's won a lot of big races, so I'd dead set be taking that tip. Nicely bred, that horse as well, out of Miles of Krishan by Zoostar. So for the breed,
and the Yulong Silks are going okay at the minute too.
Well, haven't they turned themselves around? Huh? The old Yulong Silks.
Exactly. Did they ride 3 on the weekend?
Super job there.
That's true.
Yeah, there was
the change, maybe.
There was a few there. Well, I'm sure there's been a couple of other changes, but he seems to be leading from the front there. Hey, lads, give us your best all-in play of the weekend. Of course, we're going to do the multi again. It was a miserable failure last week. No doubt we'll continue to fail until we hit, because it's not easy. Not easy this far out with 3 of us and Dino tipping Tropical Squall. But at least Dino's got to the races, and so Louis with our Kobe son. Mine didn't even get to the track. So, Dean Watling, kick us off.
I'll kick us off. So I'll take that as a win, getting to the track. I'll go McNeil Stakes, Growing Empire, $2.80 as my best all-in play and my leg for the multi. Lou?
I'd love to, in episode number 2, start throwing up 3-bet plays in an up-and-coming stakes, but I'll just keep my powder dry and everyone else's insanity in check and say that Gatsby's is the best all-in and the win leg of the multi.
Love that. Gatsby's to win, Growing Empire for Dino, and I'm going with Enrich to run a place. I think that's a really good bet in the up-and-coming stakes around $4. So we'll multi that up. We'll get Damo to open his wallet, chuck 50 on that in a multi for us. Make sure if you want to win 100% of that multi, all you do, comment. Let us know the winner of the Memsie, who you think will win and why, and Luke will draw that Friday afternoon, and away we go. Dino, you look concerned.
Just trying to find my fake best bet. No, sorry. Scrambling.
No, you're right. What we'll do is we will go to a staking plan. We're going to give you $100. So you've done your best bets. You've got $100. I'll kick off, and I'll just go 20 to win, enriched, 80 to place. That's how I'm going to do my staking plan. You can do as many bets as you like, Louis.
Okay, I'm going to go $10 on CC Milano, snack bar, and enriched. That gets me to 30. And then I'll lob, I'll go 50 on Gatsby's, which leaves me with a 20. And I'll chuck that 20 on Chain of Lightning wherever it goes at $11, because it's $11 in both.
Those two to me now, so I can send them to our man Luke as well.
Did you get all that, punters?
We'll put it in the YouTube comments. No stress.
Yeah.
I'll have my $100 smack bang on Growing Empire in the McNeil Stakes. Straight back for me this week, fellas.
Yeah, super stuff. Hey, question for you without notice. 2-year-olds from last season, if you could pick 2 moving forward, to progress throughout the spring. And Dino and I had a good look at some data and a bit of a conversation about this. I'll throw my two out off the bat. I think I'm going to go with, and this is well-performed 2-year-olds, not just horses that have come back now, well-performed 2-year-olds that can progress. Switzerland and Traffic Warden are going to be my two, Dino.
Didn't he look good this morning, Traffic Warden? I'll go Emirate and Lady of Camelot. They're the two that I want to keep an eye on. Obviously, Gatsby's there, but we've already seen him. So they're the two, Emirate and Lady of Camelot, Lou.
Yeah, Traffic Warden and Broadsiding, who doesn't really need to go on with things, to be fair, but can, I think.
Love that. Nice little push. That also. Hey, let's give us a midweek best bet. Let's not send the punters to the comments this week, even though it was fruitful. I'll kick us off. We'll go to Sandown Hillside, a place where Louis done his best work in the past. Race 7, number 8, Lazy Susan. Jamie Carr, Gavin Benchcook. This horse has fantastic form lines, like proper form lines. Go back, have a look, go to Riser and check out the form lines of this horse. And now they're betting $5.50. Goodness gracious me. Silly price, Lou.
Yep, it's burnt me a lot of times, that Lazy Susan. So best of luck, punters, if you hang on. You're stronger than me. I'll go Canterbury. Yeah, now I'll win. Of course, I'm not on it. Bloody hell. That's all you needed to say, really, when you're pushing it. Canterbury race 1, number 5, Maori Chief, Waller and McDonald, round behind Bohemia on debut at Newcastle and SP to $1.75. And that's pretty strong form line. I think that Bohemia is going around, or has gone around since, or he's going around in Saturday grade, whatever. This is not a strong race. So race 1, number 5, Maori Chief.
Beautiful. Dino?
Yeah, I found Canterbury a little bit tricky. I'm going to go Tamworth Tuesday, race 3, number 11, Withstand to break through. I think it's 4th up in the preparation. So Tamworth tomorrow, race 3, number 11, Withstand on a Tuesday. Emma?
Love your work, righto. That's all in week 2 for the... What are we? Still winter, I guess? Winter, spring, 2024. Hopefully we can deliver the winners.
You got the beach after.
You got the beach. Yeah, good. Bit of surf. Louis, as the NRL season's wrapping up, Roosters morales. Obviously, Broncos have got none. Roosters, any chance of winning the comp? And Dino, you still owe me $1,000.
No, I don't.
It
We've all
we made
evidence. Anyway, let's not. We'll take this offline again. But Louis, Roosters, are they morals?
No, they're not morals. But the best thing for us would be have a home final against, depending on if Cleary doesn't come back for Penrith and soon, they are in massive trouble. And 4th through to 8th, I don't think can win the comp. So It's all Cleary dependent. Melbourne Storm still hardest to beat. If we can have a home final and then that week off, watch out.
Do you know who you got?
I'm on the Penny Panthers bandwagon. As long as Cleary's back, but I'd love to see Chooks there. They should probably win it with their roster. And hopefully Suale didn't. I saw he went off yesterday. Hopefully he's back. But I think Chooks prime to win. I think Storm might get found out a little bit in the finals.
All right, there it is. A couple of tips from the lads for the NRL. Hey, until next week, fellas. It's been fun.
Thanks, boys.